In this video, I'm taking on the insane quest to recreate the Flash game Epic War into Minecraft. For a 15-year-old game, it might seem easy, but with its 15 levels, 100 upgrades and unique features, it definitely stood its ground during this year-long project. So watch till the end to see how everything turned out and what people thought of it. Alright, so this is how far I've gone. This is the main menu screen. I decided to build a little castle area around it because Minecraft is in 3D. And there are the three buttons. You've got the instruction, the credits, and the start, which does nothing at the moment. Yeah, I need to fix that. And now it should be fixed. So there we go. I have done nothing to actually help the recreation of the game. I've just done another castle room, which is going to include the actual screen and the battlefield where you fight. But now it's completely empty, just aesthetics that I've done. And it's done. Kind of looks like it, but again, I didn't have a lot of space to work with. Now that's where the levels are going to be, all the way from level 1 to the final one. And yeah, let's just go straight into level 1. It doesn't work, now I gotta fix that too. So how battles will be done? I'm thinking of just putting a platform that's around maybe 30 blocks wide for the battlefield, and a little control panel where you control your stuff like units, crossbow. So the terrain is going to be something like this. The only thing I'm not sure about is the outline of deep slate bricks. Future me will decide its fate. This is my current and probably final depiction of the map. I tried to replicate it as closely as possible, and I got this result. This area is still not done. I'll have to put it off for a bit, but now I'm going to focus on doing the castles. And this is the final result of the battle room. I actually really like how it turned out. It's all done, the castles are here, but one thing is missing, and that's the way you actually spawn units and control your abilities and stuff. But otherwise, it's done. The castles are done. I had to improvise with the enemy castle, like look at that dragon head, because I'm kind of limited to Minecraft and I can't really replicate it one by one, but I think it's still looking good enough, so I'ma keep it. Now though, it's time to work on the way you summon your units. So how it's going to work: when you press a button, the unit that the button relates to will spawn right on this block, same as the enemy side, but this time an AI spawns them, so yeah, I got to do an AI too. So I'm just adding the commands for the play sound, and I figured that I will show you how I think the gameplay is going to work. So here I've got a lever that's called an arrow switch, and it will determine if the crossbow will be shooting or not. For the units, I think I'll just have something like that with a button and the name of the unit. And for the 4 abilities, I'm thinking of just adding 4 buttons. And yeah, simple as that. I have those 2 command blocks to check if the lever is up or down, and they're going to summon the arrows. So now I just need to make sure the arrow, when summoned, doesn't have a velocity. And the arrow system is pretty much ready. I actually don't need that. So let me show you how it works. So for it to start, just press the switch, and as you can see, arrows start getting summoned and teleported into the sky, and they will actually land wherever you're standing. So I thought that was pretty cool. I really could think only of that method. Also, there is a limitation. You can just shoot their castle. I believe it's from I guess this block on up until right somewhere here. Yeah, here. So this is the range fear bow, and now I will start working on the 4 abilities. You know what? Screw the 4 abilities. Now I will really want to make just the entity, so that's ready and all good to go. So I can just focus on the command blocks and that stuff of the map, and I don't need to be worried. Now I'm gonna show you how I model the angel, and then I paint it and stuff. Now I paint it in random colors so I can distinctly tell where each part is. And now I will recognize that the flag of Belgium appears and decide to put the best country's flag there. Yeah, that's just much better. Also, you can see that the date is 16th of May 2023. That's out of months past the last update, and I will tell you why. This is the last entity I'm doing, and just the creation of each entity is so dreadful. I hate it so much. Like here now I'm modeling the sword, and you will see later how fucked up the sword is. Also, you're gonna see another jump in dates. I will tell you exactly why. It's because end of school exams, that's gotta be the #1 time waster in the entire world. And then of course the angel has to have wings, and wings are a pain to animate and to model and even to color. But yeah, just modeling the entities just kills off my passion and motivation, and that's why it's taken so long. There have been times where I have dedicated an entire week, one single week, so I could make one entity, like the ogre. That took me one whole week of just dedication only for it, so it could exist. And of course there have been a lot of weeks where I just didn't do stuff. Now, the making of this angel took me one day, but I was on my Sigma grind set, come on. Now I'm painting the angel, and to be honest, painting is probably the easiest part of them all. You can see your entity take shape and all that, and it starts to look like something, it starts to look good, and then you feel good about yourself until you need to animate it, and you understand that eternal hell might not be the worst thing in the universe. Also, covering everything, like right now I'm doing the projectile, is really fun to do. But now we are on to the legs part, and oh god, I love legs. Wait. Gotta get her skirt right. It is kind of off though. Got to do those thighs, those thigh highs. And of course, the feet. Don't want to miss out on the feet. You know who you are. Well, on to painting the wings. Now, the wings are not only bad to animate, to model, they're also bad to paint. Because there are two types of wings. There are like bat wings, which have two different colors on the sides. And then there are feather wings, which are made of feathers, which are on both sides. Clearly the angel has feathers, and they're really hard to draw. Like, I still don't think they're perfect, but I guess I just left it be that way. Now, time for animation. The walking animation is the easier one to do from the attacking animation, but it's the more boring one as well. Especially with the winged units, you need to make the wings flap, and then you need to make their bodies float, like they need to go up and down, but that is not synchronized with the wings. It's actually a bit off. That's just how physics works. And I just had to copy paste the nodes from the wings from my red dragon, because they're so awful to animate, and I just couldn't do it. After so much trying, I couldn't do it, and I had to copy paste them from the red dragon. And the attacking animation is actually fun to do, because when she swings and creates that projectile, you need to set the projectile's scale to 0, and then move it from under the ground, and then set it to 1, or in a lot of cases more than that, so it can expand, and it looks versatile, it looks good, it looks cool, and it looks fun. At the end though, I think the attack animation really looks really good. Just some final touches on the projectile, so when it expands, it has some more texture on it, and it's pretty much ready. Just gotta adjust the hands. Look, just the trail it leaves behind and the way it becomes smaller is so satisfying. And here's the final result. And thank god I don't have to do any more entities, man, thank god. And now that it's all done and ready to go, let's just go in Minecraft. Apparently there's some data science and join the world. Now just let me get my egg, that, and here it is, our angel. And it's not moving because we didn't do any coding. So we go to the angel animation controllers. Here add an idle, although that doesn't really do much. Anyway, this should be done. And here is where we need to do some magic. So just control C this and paste it here. Change the names. But since it's a flying entity, it would be better to play the walking animation even when it does not walk, just so it doesn't look like floating, you know. We're done with that. Scale 1. I could make it lower, I do like my angels big though. And let's go to the behavior pack that was all the resource thingies. It's an ally unit, so we don't really need a loot table for it. And here the components just need to be replaced. Let me just go to Blue Dragon. And we have it. Now though, wait, there. Now though, our entity will behave just like the dragon and not like an angel. That's why we have this here. Here, army, creature stat def, and we go down until we see angel. So we see we copied our stats from the dragon. Apparently he has this much health, 1300, and the angel has pretty much 3 halves of it. So we go here, this should be 120, and we're good to go. Knockback resistance is 1, collision box, this is where we need our block bench. Now the angel is not too thick, which is sad, but we want her hitbox to be not too thick too. So weight looks like something like 1.2, and height 5 blocks looks enough, maybe like 4. 120 power, 50 power, so less power. Although, I will tell you in a bit why. I don't want it to be severely less powerful than the dragon, but you do still have a bit less attack points. It's slower than the dragon, okay. Let's make it something like 7, that's maybe not too significant of a difference, so let's go with 6. These are all for movement and delayed attack. This is what we are using to use this animation. Its length is 1.91. And here, hit delay percentage, so at what percent of these 2 seconds basically do we want the damage to actually take place? I'm looking at something like right here, or maybe like here, so that's 1.50, 1.91, so 41, that's basically 75. Wait, it's a bit more though, so let's go with 77. Reach multiplier. This is basically the range of our unit. Now, Angel is melee, kind of, and exactly because it's kind of melee, it's kind of ranged as well. So we want her to start attacking when an enemy is in this range, which is basically quite a lot of times her hitbox. So let's go with multiplier of like 7. We will need to tweak that, but for now it should work. This one is the same for all ally units. Family is mob and Control S, this should be it. So if we go now, and let's see. Yep, she's standing still, but her moving animation is playing. Her legs being closed like that is kind of weird, but I think I will keep it like that. Her wings are not too bad actually. I was afraid they would be too unnatural. I mean, that part where they collide is pretty unnatural, but I can keep it that way. Her sword is messed up. Okay, I think this should work. And I think she's done. Her sword is kind of weird, but in my defense, her sword is extremely weird here too. Look, what is this? Why is it glowing? It has an aura, bro. That's not how swords work. I still really like how the sword turned out. But yeah, now that all entities are done, let me show them to you. Okay, so I've been playing for a while now, and I've done some significant progress that I want to share with you. I've run into a pretty funny issue. Now, if I take these two guys and let them attack each other, yeah, they perform their attack and then move a little bit before performing their second attack. Now, why this is funny? Well, that's the same issue that Epic War 3 and 4 have. It seemed to have stopped for some reason, but if I just do it again, they would do that. So I've got this set of command blocks here. Now it takes every entity that's Epic War Dwarf at its position and it tests whether there's an entity in a radius of 1.2 blocks. Count of 1, that really doesn't matter, but it's good to have. And family monster. If that is the case, then it will run the command teleport at S, which is self, at where he is right now, the dwarf, facing that monster. So if I were to power these two, you see now, they will just, okay, ignore that. They will just stand like that now. The same goes for the ogre, it's just that here it needs to be family mob because the ally units have the family class mob and the enemy have the monster class. And yeah, I've gone through every single entity, tested them right here with these two guys, and I played around with the radiuses so they either wouldn't move or would move once or twice. Now ignore that for a little bit. I want to show you what I've been up to with this guy here. Now his design, I quite like it, but it's not as impressive as it should be. And just by using these commands, which take the devil and runs the command to summon some particle at a special position on his body. So if I were to put a redstone block here, I've got a bit more though here on his, was that part of the body code? Hips? I guess so. The cherry on top, which is this, but this is the fire that in vanilla would go through his head, but that's all I can work with. As without them, he doesn't even look like a flame devil, he just looks like a normal devil. So I will leave these on, I guess I will kill this guy now. And one major thing I was able to work at, so you see I've already been playing with every unit here, and it very quickly got boring. And that is basically because they're the same thing. The only difference they have is their pure stats, which is HP, attack, movement speed, range, whilst in Flash Epic War, for example, the dwarves would have that ability, so once they attack something with their axe, that thing can get shocked, and that's a part of why they are so broken. Now, I can't really implement shocking, so I grabbed the units that seem boring, but shouldn't, and I'm going to be introducing passive effects. Yay, passive. So I've got the dwarf here, the wizard, of course the wizard, otherwise he sucks. And then we've got the two dragons, angel and devil. Now I might add some more to this list, depends on whether they are enough to make the game feel more alive. So here's what I try to do with the dwarf. My idea is that when he's attacking something, he'll get a buff after several seconds. And I want it so that if he attacks for, let's say, 10 seconds, he gets a second attack boost. This time I have used this if entity instead of test 4, because this way it's allowed me to stick the buff to that exact dwarf, and after that it just sets a block to redstone, which at that point executes the particle command. So this way, if there were dwarves over here and they were not in combat, they will not receive the buff because it's purely linked to the one who detects the enemy in front. Okay, let me make him go in combat, and now I can power this command, which would check whether he's in combat, and if so, it would summon this particle over the top of his head. And how do we go past the first buff? Well, we really don't. We're just stacking buffs, but I really don't want to stack particles, as you can see. So I went with the approach of locking repeaters. So you see, this redstone block is powering this repeater, and if I power the repeater from sideways, it gets locked. So if I were to remove this, it would still be powered. And same goes vice versa. Okay, now that everything is clean, let me show you. Okay, the first buff is in contact, and now is the second one that was kind of fast. As you can see, it has blocked this repeater and changed the particle. And here's the third one, which again has locked this repeater, but from this side, because it can't really lock it from this side. It's also locked this repeater for the red particle, and now it's just black particles. What's actually hard though is to cancel all of that when the dwarf either dies or kills their target. Okay, now it's working, but it's not resetting upon death. Okay, I will make it test for dwarfs with tag in fight. And now if I do this, yep, but I want to invert the signal, so I will use a redstone torch. Okay, let's give it a final test, and please wait. Yep. Okay. So much tweaking after. This should be fine. Now if I kill this guy, the commands activate. And now if this guy dies, they activate once again. Good. Good. Very good. Finally. Good. 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 And before I go on to my next 24-hour Minecraft session, I want to complain about something with you. So I've been doing this map for a while now. And before several updates, I designed this room. I am not sure if you have seen it. Let me show it. And yep, this room, the upgrading room, I have designed before an update, and that certain update made everything hell. So you see how the design is a button over a wall. That's how it's always been. But in previous patches, you could right click with the button and actually place it there. And ever since that update, it's impossible to put buttons on walls, even fences, which I don't get why Mojang did this. So I went out of my way to create a block that's a 1x1 wide with the same texture as the wall. And guess what? You can place buttons on it because it's a full block. And you can even have a beacon go through it. So yep, enough complaining, let's go back to work. Now though I realized something, I've been working on this project for quite a while, and a lot of things are going not as expected. I originally meant to recreate the Epic War game 1-to-1 in Minecraft, but now I'm here putting special abilities on units because they can't hit more than one entity, and Minecraft is just not Flash, you can't replicate it 1-to-1. And this opportunity has given me potential to make Epic War 1 actually fun to play. And yes, I have this. This is a super debut. I've made a new unit. It's going to be something like a mini boss, you know. I'll be making some changes to the game for the absolute better. And let me show you an issue I'm struggling with right now. So in Minecraft, you know, you can hit an entity, okay, maybe if I don't have strength 1 million. And you see now when they hit each other, look, they flash red. Now, during this red flash, they're invincible, and if something with more damage attacks during the red animation, it will not apply everything, it will apply the bigger amount of damage minus the small amount of damage it's already gotten. So if an enemy gets hit by a dwarf, and then an angel right after, it's not going to get more damage than just being hit by an angel. And you see that's not great, because if you spam hobbits, they will not do anything. Like, they won't do any damage. That's the thing with the special ability. What it does, it summons arrows. Wait, I think I've broken it. So now if I click this, the arrows will spawn and it's all good. Hits the entity. Now it does hit ally units as well, but the thing is, I have made it so with each upgrade, this is what these towers of command blocks do. They put a repeater here, 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 and here. So at the end, it will look something like this. And yeah, that's cool now, you know, I really like this. But first of all, it will demolish your units. And second of all, it won't demolish anything, because it hit like 3 times or 4, and that's because of the invincibility in question. And I got another idea, because now I'm not strictly going to counteract what Epic War 1 does. I've made this here. So this, let me show you what it does. It removes the arrows. So at level 3, it will remove the arrows and add this. Now why at level 3? Because I feel like it. Look what it does. Wait, what? You can see what it does. This. It does 2 ticks of damage, and it does not hit your ally units. It hits every enemy, by the way. And with this change, I feel like it's improved by a lot. And especially this time, not hitting your ally units. Level 4, it just does 2 more ticks. I might increase that. But on level 5, it does something special, and I'm not gonna reveal it yet, but instead I will show you how you actually upgrade it. Here you can see special attack 3000 EXP. Let me just... And it says that you get more arrows, because you do. You get 1 more strike of arrows that are a bit delayed, so you get 2 hits of damage. And as you can see, it changed the glass to make the beam a different color. At level 3, as you can see, it removes arrows and you get a new projectile. Okay, we are at level 4 now. It says even more evocation fangs. And now this is what it says minus evocation fang plus smiley face, and that's cool now. But this is the final upgrade. You can't upgrade it anymore. So what it should say is something like... let's see. Something like this. Okay, now though, everything here is in need of a revamp. First, let's start with the easiest one to do, and I really like how in the Flash version of Epic War 1, you had your special attack be on sort of a battery thingy, and when it's up, it's yellow, and when it's not up, it's another color. So I want to keep this same feeling. I think this is enough. It also grants a bit more vision through these 2 holes, and it breaks up the entire polished deep slate spam. Now do I want, when I use it, to change the powder to gray? Okay, let's see, now it should turn it into silver. Okay, take 2. Okay, and come on. Apparently, I don't know how glass works in redstone builds, but yeah, if we wait a little bit, this will turn into yellow concrete powder, and everything is gonna be okay. But the second change I want to do is, you see, the arrow switch is probably one of the best features, but there's still a downside. I want the player to be able to switch whether the arrows should be shooting or not at any point in the screen. So that's why we do not need this anymore. But then how am I going to do it? Here is the command block that checks whether the lever is turned on. But if I change it to this, it should test for anybody who has an item that's an arrow in their main hand. So if I am right here and do this, that's not my main hand. Yep, it works. Now though, I want to customize it a little bit, and there should be a command like this that will just lock the arrow in my inventory. You can see I can't drop it, remove it, or craft it. And now that we have some emptiness right here, I want to move this over here because it is obstructing vision. And if I move this over here, I can then move this over here. As you can see, it has cleared up. Yeah, this is way better. Okay, I have no idea what to do with this. I will leave this be like that for now. And while I'm thinking of what to do there, I want to show you why I made this. Now, this was first made just to show the units on the video, but now I've realized that if the summoning of the units happens here, I can then give them effects on this spot and then teleport them to the battlefield. And that's going to work out so much better. And I've already made use of it. This is where the functionality of the upgrading screen is. It is quite complicated, but it's nothing to worry about. So if I show you the Hobbit, its speed is being upgraded on the second level. So yeah, this is for the second level. It tests whether you have enough XP and then removes it from you. This is to check whether the button is pressed. It of course changes the glass underneath the upgrade to change the beacon. Then we have the clone. It puts these for science instead of the old for science. So when it's level 3, it will show what it does to level 4. In this scenario, cooldown reduction and the cost. And every time you upgrade, you'll get a message saying, congrats, your Hobbit is now level that. And then what the upgrade actually does. Also go to level play sound command. Okay, yeah, that's the sound. And yeah, this is how the pillars work. And I figured it's time to show you the rest of the passive abilities. Now you know the dwarf, but the wizard is a bit different. Now, if I summon this guy over here, you see, once he enters the area, he gets slowed, and that's pretty neat. For the blue dragon, is the same as the red dragon. It's quite a big aura, and once an entity enters, they'll start receiving damage over time. The angel is a bit different. If I summon one right now, you can see it again has this aura, and once an ally unit goes into it, they get this particle on top of them, and that basically gives them resistance. It gives them resistance, which makes them take less damage. For the devil, so enemy units in his aura take absorption, and this guy doesn't like absorption. Now he does, okay. What absorption does is basically give you more hearts, like the golden apple, so I don't want to spam it, I want it to have a fair cooldown. And now probably my favorite one, the Centaur. In Epic War 1 Flash version, the Centaur is a really threatening unit actually. So I wanted to do the same thing here too. If I just make... Wait, yep, he's backing out, and he does this. Okay, now I just need to lower this to like 1 second. As you can see, he's charging. What? Okay, you see he's charging, and now running forward makes this particle here, and it actually does a lot of damage. And it doesn't have hit cap, so it will do as much damage or the same amount of damage to every entity it hits. And as you can see, that's a 2-shot on the wizard. And his slow couldn't do anything, that's why we don't have it be every 1 second, but instead every 20 seconds. Now I will be doing every upgrade for every unit. There are some interesting ones I will show you later, like Holy Revenge, Enhanced Aura, and of course there are some casuals like, okay, that's not casual, and Locksmaster, that's not casual. For example, minus speed but plus damage. There are stuff like that, and I really like it. Like, let me show you around the elf upgrades. It becomes more expensive, but it gains more health. Then it becomes harder to summon because of a longer cooldown, but it attacks stronger, and now it's faster. Here though, summons a second elf. This is his last upgrade. So yeah, I'll be leaving you right now because I need to get back to work and I need to actually think of a valid way to make this look like, and I think I've got it perfectly. So this is the new design. You can see it through the glass and there are the 7 units in here. But if you were to want to progressively summon one, that's what this is for. So this lever summons the unit in the top left slot. I don't know how I came up with this, but it's purely genius. So I have this dispenser here. Don't take items please, but you know what, it's fine to take items, and let me show you why. If I set my game mode to adventure and I shift click on the spawn hobbit, it just resets and it works for literally anything. Other than that, yeah, I got to fix that. Oh my god. And how this works is if there is a spawn egg in the top left corner and this lever is on, it will keep the button pressed. As long as there is a button, it will be pressed. And that's the beauty, because if you don't have the unit unlocked, let me just do that, and I were to make it so it summons elves, as you can see, it's not setting the button to a pressed one because it's trying to replace a button that's not being pressed. And because there isn't a button here, there's nothing to replace. And now if I go with the dwarf, it works. Why it's there, keep the other eggs as is, I will show you right now. So here is the command block that checks whether the lever is the same as this lever over here. And if it is down, like I can put it up, now it's up. Yeah, it checks both levers, and if they are the same, sends the signal to these command blocks. They check whether the block, 2 blocks or to the z-axis to the right, whether they are the same as the dispenser in the actual battle room. So it checks if the dispenser has the same set of eggs like these ones, and that's why the other eggs are important. So if I were to switch that, then even if at the top the eggs are like this, it will not do anything. And that's for all of these command blocks. Okay, and how do I make it so you can't just remove the eggs from here? I will copy this command block, and as you can see, it tests for whether there is a person on game mode adventure and whether do they have an item with the name, I guess paper at location slot inventory. Why that's important is because if that isn't there, it will check it even if you're holding it like that. So right now it's not in my inventory, but it's in my main hand somehow, or maybe some other slot. And that's why the slot inventory is important. Then it sends a raw text blur, and raw text and not say, because say does this, it has a parenthesis at the left, it's not comfy. Then it clones this dispenser, which is where everything's okay. And the final one is it clears the person of the item, and this should work. Okay, moment of truth. Yep, it works. Okay, now this entire area is functional, and all I need to do is link these buttons to the units, and I should be all set. Then I will do these first if I guess. Well, got to get back to work. Alright, I've done quite a bit over here, but before I show you any of that, now I need to work on the mana upgrades, and the hardest part will be finding the command block that displays the mana when you're in here, as you can see. Is that it? Nope. It's a random saturation command block. What have I been doing there? Okay, I actually don't think it's any of these. It's not this. It's not these. Where's the stupid command block? This? Yeah, okay. Okay, I finally found the command actually. I just used a generator online. Anyway, let me just... Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is better because now you can be shown the max mana you can hold. Also, I forgot to add a colon here. Yeah, okay, so I have that and it will be needs redstone. And when you enter a stage, there will be a command, not a command, a redstone block over here, and it will power this, and then power this, which will be... What the hell? Oh, wait, so that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Add as run scoreboard of players set at S mana 50. And now I think I'm at 50 mana. Now it should be working, and once I enter this area, I should be shown 50 out of 50. Okay, now I think I figured things out, how the region upgrading will be, how the cap upgrading will be, and what was the other one? Yeah, the other one is easy as well. As you can see, I have a goblin here. It kills everything that's a feather. Come on, remove that. Now it should be shown as long as I power it. Yep, now I'm showing the mana. And if I throw a stack of feathers, yeah, but if I have it c equals 1, and then I throw a stack of feathers, what in God's name? This is an issue. Okay, it's fine, I just need to get working and stop procrastinating with recording footage. Be right back. Now though, let me give you a quick overhaul on how the things work. So for the mana gain, I've made every single enemy entity drop 2 things. For example, the goblin drops raw gold and raw iron. So when this command block clears a raw gold, it activates this, which adds 3 mana to the player. And when you upgrade your mana gain, this block over here gets set to redstone, so this is now active, and with every single upgrade, it activates the command block above. So when it's level 0, you get 3, and then 4, 6, 7, 9. Same thing goes for the EXP. Now there was one problem with this, is that when an enemy dies, the item that they drop was visible, that's why I removed the texture. Here's the mana regeneration though. How do you increase that? Well, when you upgrade mana regeneration, it clones this command block and puts it above this one. So when this works, this would be here and it would be activated too, which is the same thing. This is everything about the mana, but there is still some things I haven't shown you. This is the commands for the barrier. It's not actually as hard as it seemed to be. It just tests whether mana is enough and button is pressed. If so, removes mana, sets this block to air because you don't want to be able to spend more mana on it. It puts the sign there. When that chain of command blocks happens, this barrier gets cloned to there, and this activates because it tests whether the block at these coordinates is air. It is not going to be air if this is cloned to there. So the only way for this to work is for this to work. You get me now? And it gives everything that has a family mob and these coordinates, which is 5 blocks around the castle, resistance 1 for 5 seconds, every 5 seconds. Now this is something that you unlock by upgrading the barrier. Here are the things that actually give resistance to the castle. So resistance 1 and resistance 3. And here is the trap. It's same logic. This is how it looks. It's really choppy on the sides, but don't blame me for that, please, please, please. I have this to damage, and this damage override saved my life because the map was so boring. Now it's not that boring. I think I've explained most stuff to you, other than this, which is just resets anything after you win, and this that just sets everything before you start playing. And yeah, I have done every upgrade ever. All the units are ready, done and dusted. The summoning systems work, the arrows work, all of the mana stuff are here and work, and barrier, trap,
and turret are also done. What else is left though? You can see here, this is the levels, so from 1 to 15, they're mostly done. The one that is not done yet is 15. Now, making stages in this game is actually fairly easy. You just spam command blocks on a certain tick delay and tell them to summon an entity. Then there are the a bit custom levels, which have kind of like a gimmick. I want to show you where I've gotten. This is level 15. I have all of the command blocks that are gonna summon units. What I have missing is this command block. It's the command block that summons the boss. And when you kill the castle, this turns off, lighting up the torch, summoning, then, but there is no end. It's not a unit. Either I make a new entity, or I just use the Ender Dragon. Now, I tried using the Ender Dragon as the boss. We're going to be making a new entity, but the actual problem is that I thought of reusing the dragon's texture. So I would change how it works, but I would use the same texture. And then I opened it in Blockbench, and it looked like shit. It actually looked depressing, and I can tell you why. Because they made all that stuff, and to make the entity actually work, they went into the animations, they just spammed a bunch of cosine and sine and trigonometrical functions and numbers to make it actually look alright. And they've done a good job with it. I need to, first of all, get the geo, then redo it to assemble it correctly. And this is where I'm just procrastinating right now with making this recording. Maybe you can argue that balancing is not gonna be easy to do. But who cares about balancing, honestly? Honestly, why would you have a balanced game where you can just have it be complete and not balanced? This is, by the way, the summoning system. Man, this is so close yet so far. Okay, see you way too much procrastinating.
It's ready, kind of. Well, you see, I have added everything I wanted to add. This is pretty much perfect in my opinion. All of the levels are here working, and the final thing I added, the last touch, was achievements. So, okay, before I show you that, I had made these two towers in the corners, and while they do look cool, they missed a purpose. So, what better purpose to add than achievements? So I got 4 achievements: capitalism, do not the egg, accomplishment, and shameless self-prom. So how this works? I made a system to check whether the condition is completed, as in this would be whether all of the upgrades are unlocked, which would mean that all of the glass is black. Then it clones this item frame, which has a colored title and a colored item, plays a sound, and sends out a message that congratulates the player for unlocking achievement. Now, let me show you how it's done. One of the achievements is gotten for reading rates. So if you go here, and then here's the shameless self-plug. If you click this again, congratulations, achievement unlocked. Then you can start, go here, and it should be covered and everything. I think it turned out pretty neat actually. And yeah, the map is completely done. But it's not tested. Honestly, testing requires so much effort. Just playing through every level, trying out every single thing that the mod has to offer, and fixing any bugs, which honestly isn't that hard. Like, I've done a lot of bug fixing in the past week, and I think we're pretty much bug free. I just haven't tested whether the last level works. Now I just need to tweak some stats. Okay, so let me just test whether the last level works. Not if it's fun to play, fair to play, anything like that, just if it works. Okay, the end got summoned, and the level didn't end. Okay, I think the end needs like, maybe like a buff to the way it shoots out fire. HP buff too, probably. Maybe like speed nerf, but let's see. Oh. And we're here. I think that's enough for a final battle. Okay, so no bugs, let's go. Wait, did the music change? The music should change right now. Yeah, it did. Oh, I'll be leaving for now. I don't know why this guy isn't moving. Let me just complete the map real quick. And after 3 long days, it's finally done, completed, 100% working, and ready to be played by other people. So here are the reactions of 2 friends from the Epic War Discord server. Let's see how it goes.
So is it one of my worlds now? Sussy balls! Well, that was a lot easier. I was expecting to, like, be sitting here for 10 minutes. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm gonna, like, do a little test where I run around and do whatever, because last time You actually got the Epic War music? Oh, this is the Epic War! Oh, okay, I get it. I gotta get used to the sprint button. The sus table. Let's get started. Wait, what is this?
Yeah, okay, I'm here. Credits. Uh-huh. Shameless self-promotion.
Oh, level 1. This is like the Epic War map.
So we've got a grass area. Mm-hmm. We've got a lava area. And we have Epic War 2, I don't know. Music.
Level confirmation menu. Oh! Here's my achievements. I've gotten... Wait, I can buy upgrade. What the fuck is this? What is this game mode? Dude, this is freaking insane.
Oh, is this Epic War 1? Yeah, I haven't played Epic War 1 in a hot minute, so...
Can I go and fight? No, I can't. I'm actually playing the game. Oh, wait. Why not put me over here? Oh, dude, it's like 3D. It looks sick.
I have an arrow. Wow.
Okay, so the arrow summons not where you're looking, but where you're standing.
This is a little arrow. I use it to fire my arrow tower. It's not very consistent, but it's cool. Scorpion, what the hell? You actually just made Epic War in Minecraft. Special attack. Do it. Oh my god!
But yeah, you should set the dispenser to summon hobbits.
I mean, I have set it to elf, but
But you don't have elves.
why are the goblins so big?
Dude, this is sick. Look at the castle designs. Oh, dude, look at the background. Oh, this is nice. Oh, you can actually see where the arrows are being launched.
Oh, I can go all the way around.
Dude, I can run around this side. Oh, I can run all the way around. Okay. It's just I can't because I have to be constantly summoning gobos, or hobbos, right here.
What's over here? Oh,
And then, like, the goblins jump, and, like, I don't know, like, there's just so much love put into this. It looks like I'm finally gonna win. I did it. Ugh. I got 4,000 experience from that?
I'm gonna stand over here because that sounded very loud. I got 1960. That was like nearly the year that my great uncle was born.
He actually has every upgrade. Grats, your light elf is now level 1. You can use him on the battlefield.
Your light elf is now level 1. Is it meant to be like black? More mana cost, more health. Is that in normal Epic War?
The longer the dwarf attacks, the stronger he gets. Hey, I like it.
Hey, look, everyone said that elves are not good. Elves are the best.
I'm gonna get an elf, an archer. Or oh wait, I thought he was an archer. Oh, he's kicking ass. Look at him go. Fuck up. Ruin his day. And also don't die. You're all I have. Oh my god, he's slaughtering. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Oh, I guess. I like the animation in Epic War 2, where they explode.
Oh my god, the dwarf is bitch slapping everybody. Go, what? What did you say about my mama? Not on my good Christian Minecraft Epic War server.
See, look, this is the strat. And now we just wait here. It's like real Epic War 1 where the ogres spawn too fast, and it's annoying.
Literally killing them on spawn. Oh, this is disgusting. This shouldn't be. There needs to be an 18+ advisory at the start of this video. My XP gain is now level 2. I gain a lot more. I gain 50% more. My wizards are now level 1. Enemies in his aura are slowed. Interesting. There is a golem unit. A dragon costs 10,000. I could have actually bought the dragon there.
You really want to do this with just elves?
Though also in normal Epic War 1, centaurs can't one-shot max level elves, so...
I swear to god, you beat this without a dragon.
Oh, I can beat this without the dragon.
Well, I hope you enjoyed. It's been a pleasure for me to work on this project. You can download and play it for yourself from the description. Also, while you're there, sub to Shade's channel to see the rest of his playthrough. If there is ever an update, then I don't know how you're gonna know, but I will update the description. And if you want to see us 3 get chased by Obunga, then click on this video.